What's happening, y'all? We back with another video. I got something cool for y'all. I'm finna show y'all my entire tattoo station. What all I have in there, equipments, inks, all that. I'm gonna show y'all everything I have in here. Everything I use on a daily basis. Maybe even stuff that I'm new to trying out. So let's get it. All right, for the top drawer, what we have over here is RCA cable for my machines. These are, I don't know what to call these, but these are for this, my ink mixer. Whenever I'm making my gray washes and stuff like that. I don't use gray wash sets, I mix my own. I basically make them my own on the fly. In another video, I might get into my gray wash setup. These are actually my batteries for my machines. I really don't use these too much that often. This is like my main one. This one got incredible battery life. I've done like 7-hour tattoos, 8-hour tattoos, and this thing never died on me. This is my battery for my Mass Fold 2 Pro, which is right here. This is the standard grip for it. I bought a fatter grip for it. We got tape right here. This is my Mass Fold Pro 2 box, or Mass Fold 2 Pro box. This machine got a crazy name. And this is that. I recently only used this probably like 3 times. It's definitely a nice machine, but I'm still breaking it in. So this is my Ego. I don't remember the full name of this. I bought this probably like 4 or 5 years ago, and it still runs perfectly fine for me now. And I still use it. This one got a unique like way of starting up with like these batteries. I'm gonna show y'all if we got some juice in here. See, it's a little bit loud, this whole machine, but it still runs perfect. To start and stop this, you just click the top down. I love that feature about it. Or you could do that too, but this is a lot easier. It's hard to wrap this machine though too, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I'll make it work. This is definitely a machine that I like. But it's getting old. Sometimes it runs a little funny, so it might be time to get rid of this or RIP. Over here we got my Zoom H4? 5, Zoom H5. I forgot to upgrade it. This is just my audio recorder. I use this sometimes when I'm doing audio, when I don't use my mic that I have on me right now. This is my bracket to my camera. These are batteries for this or anything else that I use that needs AA batteries. We got this microfiber cloth for cleaning my lenses or devices, whatever, phones, glasses. This is my SD card for my camera. Vaseline for my lips. Gum for chewing. You know, sometimes when I'm tattooing, I like to chew this to help me focus. More tape. A box cutter, just for opening stuff when I buy things. My scissors for when I cut the stencils and all that, or cutting something else. Q-tips. I actually use these for like doing piercings sometimes. These actually really make doing piercings a lot easier. Which I don't do piercings that often, but I got them too. Now we're gonna get into the second drawer. These are all my needles right here. It ain't nothing extravagant. These are like, if you never got into Stigma needles, they actually are very good and they're very affordable too. I think these boxes they're all not the same price. I want to say they're anywhere from $10 to $15. So like the bigger needles are $15, the smaller ones are like $10. But they some cool needles. They actually are very good. I've been using them for a little while now. These are an old box of Big Wasp needles that I tried out because somebody recommended me try them out, and I really don't like them. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I probably used I want to say like 3 of these, and I just didn't want to touch them no more. They like spit ink all over the place and all that. And I don't know, it's just weird working with these needles. But Stigma, I love these needles. I'm not gonna sit here and say they're the best needles on the market, but they're very good actually for their price. But I got a bunch of different sizes in here. I got the 5 round liners, which I use often. 7 round liners, which I use often. I don't really use, I've rebranded my kit. I don't use anything bigger than like a 7 most times. I either use a 5 or a 7 round liner when I'm doing line work. So even on my pieces where I do bold lines, I use a 7 and I slowly like double line it and I'll fill it in maybe. But I do have a box of bigger needles. I have 11 round liners, which I'm gonna test these out in a little while and see if I like them. But I really don't like lining with bigger needles. And these are my 7 round mags for shading in little tight spaces. My 11 round mags, these are my go-tos. And round mags are basically curved mags, just so you know, if you don't know. But 11 round mags are my go-to mags. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I use them like crazy. And I use 17s sometimes on bigger pieces. 17s are very nice. They fill a lot of area in. And you can get smooth gradients on them, smooth shades. Ah, dang it. And here we got the 9 round shaders. So I'm gonna clean this box off since I dropped it. Just recently, I've been using these pretty often. Only when I'm doing like tighter spaces, like a little solid black here or there, like in tight areas. Other than that, these are my 21 round mags. These don't get used that often, but I keep them just in case, because I would be using these on like massive pieces. So definitely got to keep these on hand. I think I used about 2 of them maybe. These are, like I just told y'all, 11 round mag. And these big wasp needles are 9 round liners. But these, they line like I don't know. It's just nasty using these. And I don't know why I still have them in here. So they're gonna make their way out of here. Now this drawer, third drawer, this ain't nothing special in here. It's just my wrap for my machines, tongue depressors, and back here we got pins, and I got some razors, and that's it. That's all that's in there. Now the fourth drawer, this is mainly where I should be keeping all my pens, but I got a bunch of Sharpies. I need to restock on Sharpies because I'm out of red. I'm damn near out of blue, and the other colors that I mainly use. So a lot of these will never see the light of day on a tattoo. So, oh yeah, here we got the old trusty skin pen. This thing writes on skin like butter, and I like using these. Usually during a tattoo, if I use this during a tattoo or anytime, I throw these out. I don't waste I'm not gonna clean these. I just throw them out. This little box is probably like $4, and it comes with a bunch, so I always keep a box of these. And I don't use these often on people, not that often. I may use these when I'm like freestyling on somebody's skin, or I need to draw a line in that didn't make it on through the stencil. But most times I don't use these, but I keep them just in case, because I love skin pans for real. My gloves, these are actually my cleaning gloves. So I keep a box of cleaning gloves in my station, and I have another box over there, and I got a case of boxes somewhere else. This is my Saniderm. This is like a little sample kit. I've been trying out different brands for this to see which ones I like. This is a brand new one I haven't tried out yet. The last one, the actual brand Saniderm that I had, I kind of liked them, but they was kind of expensive. And then too, it's real hard to get them ones to rip off. And these are some Smooth Glide gel pens. I don't even remember where I got these from. I'll probably never use these, or just use these for like consent forms and stuff like that. And this is the most fun drawer right here. This is where I keep all my inks, my stencil gel, green soap, ink caps, whatever, you name it. This is like the main stuff that I use to do my tattoo. So this is just random mouthwash. I don't know why, but I keep it in my station at all times. my ink caps. These are my small ink caps. Wait, no, these are actually my medium ink caps I made. The medium ones. I use these ones the most, my medium ones. These are my go-tos for every tattoo. These are my small ones. I mainly only use these when I'm doing like white. Wait, no. Wait, are these the same size? Yeah, they are. I got two mediums. They kind of look small. These both mediums. I don't know why I got two. These are my smalls. I normally only use these when I'm doing like white highlights, or that's pretty much it. White highlights. That's the only time these small ink caps get used. Because I don't traditionally do a lot of small tattoos. They're either like 5 to 6 inches or bigger. And these are my large ink caps. I use these often. Most times I'll just use these and I'll fill these with like solid black. That's all these are having. They're solid black. And then my medium caps will have all my gray washes and whatever else. These come in handy, I ain't gonna lie. I fill these up with alcohol. I make my own gray wash sets in these. Or if I make my own gray washes, I'll fill these up like a 70%, a 50, a 25, a 10, something like that. So I keep these on handy because eventually I will go ahead and make my own gray washes or pre-mix my own gray washes. So a little bottle of green soap. I don't need nothing too massive. I'm a solo tattoo artist. I don't really work in like an actual full-on shop. It's my own little private area. Right here we have Electrum. I've been using Electrum for years. I actually love this stuff, but it's kind of a headache because it's like watery. This is more liquid. So like on tougher parts of the body, like parts of the body that aren't regularly flat, like your knee or elbow or something like that, this is like your worst enemy because it makes stencils glide and they move. It's really hard to put stencils on and curvy areas of the body with Electrum. But Electrum, I like the smell of it and it works good. But on tighter areas of the body with curves and stuff, it might be your worst enemy. And this is a little like, I want to say it's like a sample bottle of Proton. I just recently bought this to try it out. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this, that is not like watery or liquidy like Electrum, but it works just the same. This is more like tacky and sticky, so I'm definitely looking forward to trying this out. Which the next tattoo I use, I'll be using this. This is witch hazel. I use witch hazel. Witch hazel is what I use to dilute my ink. When I make my gray washes, I use witch hazel. Witch hazel is already in ink anyway. So this, and also witch hazel doubles as like a relief for redness and inflammation. So you mixing this in, it really like numbs tattoos for you to an extent, which works. This, I use this when I'm tattooing too. After I do a line or something like that, the area is a little red inflamed, I'll rub this on there, let it sit for a little while, wipe it off. It reduces swelling and all that. So one thing I don't do, I don't know if other tattoo artists do this, or I might be the only one, but I don't put Vaseline on nobody's skin, which I have right here. I have Vaseline. I only use Vaseline to hold my ink caps down. That's it. I don't use it. I never put this on nobody's skin. I just recently stopped doing it because this works better. It's not clumpy and all that, so it feels a lot better on people's skin and all that. Back here we got all my inks. As y'all know before, I already told y'all, I'm really not a colored tattoo artist, so I don't have a large variety of colors. I rarely ever do colors. Most of my color inks actually expire before I even really get a chance to use them. That purple, I've had that purple for probably a year and a half now. The seal is still on it. I haven't touched it yet. That's the same for this too. What is this? Arctic Blue. And for my color inks, I only use Fusion or Solid Ink. And I got a couple dynamic inks, which I just started using dynamic color ink. So it's actually pretty good. So I like it. But I've been big on Fusion and Solid Ink. So yeah, a couple of these still have the seals on them and stuff like that. Never been open, literally. Like, never used these. I rarely ever do color tattoos, but I keep a couple colors on hand just in case. Or if I don't have it and I got a tattoo and I have to do it, I'll order it. This, I gotta get brand new labels for this stuff, but this is witch hazel. Yeah, I don't use this bottle to spray in my ink caps. I put them in here and I use this just like ink. I drop it in there, do a couple drops, few drops until it's full. Did I say this already? Razors. I don't know why I had razors in here. They usually always go in here. So these are my inks, my white inks. I got triple white and regular white. This is like a mixing white. So if I wanted to make like a opaque set, this is what I would use. I would use this to make inks lighter. This is my triple white, which I use to make exclusively for highlights. All right, they're both not the same. This is extremely watery. This is kind of thick. So, oh yeah, and this is another one. This is the same as that. It's just a tube version of it. So like, if I ever have to like travel somewhere, I'll bring this instead of bringing that. So I keep that there. Or if I need to go to the store, I'll buy this. These are my green soap bottles. I just bought these. I need to clear all this off and get my labels on there. So I got another bottle somewhere else that I've been using in the meantime. These are my black inks. This is what I use for solid black. So if I'm doing like literally like solid black line work or packing black, I use super black if I need just straight black. And this is intense black. I actually like this black. It's real smooth. But I use this. I also use this to line sometimes. I don't use it to do solid black. I use this to make my gray washes and stuff. And it works perfectly fine. This is a new ink I've been trying out. I've been using super black for a minute. So super black is cool. I like it. I ain't gonna say it's the best black, but it's definitely dark. And this, I'm liking this ink so far. Over here, we have Bactine. This is an old bottle. I think it's down there empty, but that's Bactine. If you don't know about Bactine, you better learn about it. That combined with this, oh man. This is nothing but just regular alcohol, which I don't know why I have these anymore. And I think that's everything I said. Oh yeah, these are my cups. I'll be using these when I fill these up with distilled water, and whenever I need to rinse my needles out, this is what I do. I dip them in these cups right here. These cups are definitely good. They're worth it. Over here, we got my charging drawer. I use this to charge my speaker, my headlamp, my stencil printer, phones, my mics, my camera, everything. Anything that needs to charge that's small and will fit in the drawer, it goes in here and I charge it. If my clients need to charge their phone, they can put their stuff in here and charge it. Or I have another cable somewhere that's long enough for them to charge while they're on it. It's like a 10-foot cable, but that's that drawer. This drawer, this is like if I'm ever traveling and I gotta do a tattoo, or if I was traveling I need to do piercings too. I have a whole little piercing kit in here. My piercing kit is all disposable. Everything in here, after it get used, it goes into the garbage. I have Sharpies in here, tongue depressors, needles, the jewelry, disposable clamps. Nothing in here gets saved. Once it gets used, it's thrown away. I don't have autoclave, so I risk spending more money to have everything disposable. I like it that way. I don't know, I never feel good autoclaving stuff. I don't know why, but I like just using it, getting rid of it, buying new stuff. This is the same as the drawer. It's just a bunch of needles in here. Probably the same exact needles in here. And these cases are actually wonderful. I gotta buy a new one because this one recently got cracked. And this one of the tabs broke off. But this is old in here. Got the ink caps. I don't know why they're just sitting there like that. I don't remember what the last time I really opened this, but I got stigma needles in here. These are 5-round liners. 5 round, 5 round, 5 round, 5 round, a 13-round mag, 5 rounds. It's just 5 rounds and a 13 mag, I guess. So that's that. I don't think it's anything in these last 2 drawers. Or I'm mistaken. I got my stencil paper, my old drawing book, no, not a notepad, clipboard, and printing paper. That's pretty much all that's in there. Down here we got barrier film, more ink caps, and I don't remember what this cap is to. I think this is to my Cavicide. And we have these. I haven't used these in forever, but I used to love using these. And trust me, they're clean. I wiped them before and after I put them in here, but I don't know why I keep these. I haven't used these in probably like a year and a half, but I still keep them. So I have a whole little rolling tray that I use now instead of these. But that's everything that's in my station. Peace.